What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, as you can see, you might already know already, we are here at Daytona Milton Keynes in the Sodis. Now, of course, the conditions look like it was a while ago, because it was. It was back in, I think it was like October, or it was like September. And yeah, so I was here with my dad today. Yeah, let's get into it. Time for me to get some experience in some faster karts on a bigger circuit. Let's go. So today I was actually here with someone from KBR, I think. I forgot the name. I think it is KBR, yeah. One of the team that Brad Philpott was in, which was quite cool. He was out there, I think, getting some practice. But yeah, let's get going. Originally when I get out the track, of course, I've never been in, because I've usually been restricted to indoor karting, so I'm just trying to get used to it all, really. Getting a bit jolted around, because of course I was a bit smaller then. And the kart was quite, I could say, aggressive. My dad was in front of me, just wanted to kind of follow him. I knew he was here today. It was still yellow flags. I mean, we were just getting our tyres warm, to be fair. And then we had a couple of people go past us. Yeah. So, let's get on to my first flying lap of the session. We had the KBR guy go past us, though, immediately on the lap. Still, of course, you can see I was getting jolted around a lot. I was just sort of trying to get used to it all. There was a guy turn around, so that kind of screwed us over a bit. There was yellow flags there. But we were back racing again. Of course, I didn't actually know the circuit, so I was just trying to get used to it all. Very quick, and I mean, I know that there's the D-Maxes that I'm going into this year in Club 100 anyway. Well, I think they're D-Maxes. There's some form. But yeah, I've now got a little bit more experience in these faster karts, so I just didn't really know how the Sodis handled at the time. I do know how. They do now, from going to Formula Fast. Went a little bit too deep there. This guy with his own helmet goes past. Probably just follow him on this lap. Into the deep braking zone. Didn't know how to take that one. Went quite wide on exit. I was getting jolted around a lot into there throughout the whole session. I just didn't really know what to do, but remember, this was my first time in outdoor and in quite quick karts. So yeah. On to the second flying lap. What we can do now. Trying to follow the lines that I saw in a lap guide with the Sodis. Trying to get some good lines down. This was just a 20-minute open practice. Of course, there's a late apex through here. Getting ready for the left-hander. Probably going a little bit too tight. But again, just learning the track and how the Sodis feel themselves. Going a bit deep. Just checking behind me where they are, because they gave me one of those neck things. I hate when they have to do that. My neck is fine. I've done karting and I've been had that happen to me loads. But yeah, into a yellow flag. Something had happened around the back here. There was an incident, and we'd all actually kind of bunched up. So I will get on to the point where we go a little bit faster. So a little bit further on in the session, here we go then, on to our next flying lap. We sort of got down the whole bit of the throwing about. Still very wobbly everywhere. Tyres screeching. I didn't know how good karts were. I didn't know the differences between them. Of course, as you might have seen on my lap, on my one of my most recent videos, I'd said that this was in S tier. It was my favourite track, and yeah, I think it was. It's such a good track. We actually almost go wide and into the barriers on the exit there, but using all of the track. But yeah, I did actually say that this was my favourite track, and although I didn't get grips with it immediately, I did think this was probably an amazing track. It's got loads of different types of corners. I'd got that hairpin down there now, running up the straight. Very long straight, hitting, well, in the D-maxes, I think 70 at best. Into the braking zone. Going a little bit wide on exit. Well, not really, but that was the best we'd taken that corner. Still trying to get to grips with it. This guy in front was actually slower than us at the end of the session, so we'd got to grips with the kart and just started getting much quicker. See if we do what we did. No, eventually we clobber those inside curbs like you're supposed to, just trying to get grips with the kart. First sector wasn't too bad, I'd say. This next corner through here, I had no idea where the actual apex was, going quite deep into it, just understeering. A little bit like it was wet, so I needed to find some more grip with that, but again I was very light, so I just didn't have quite a bit of grip, and now we're going to run quite almost into the barriers again, using all the track. There is a yellow flag on this lap anyway. But yeah, as you can see, first time outdoors, you got to it takes a while to get to grips with it. So someone has gone in to the inside there, gone straight on, and that is now green flags. As you can see, I'm still waving my hand because it says calm down 6. Originally I did go off at one point, and I could probably understand why. I'd just gone in this corner here a little bit wide and it said calm down, but through there I can't calm down anymore. Like, the kart is just throwing me around like that, so it's because of just the weight, to be fair, and I just needed to find a way to stop it happening. Still sort of not going over those curbs, but not too bad, the line. The guy that was in front's actually pulled away quite a lot more because we were quite slow under the yellow flags, but don't worry, we will catch up to him. Still trying to figure out that corner. Still very bumpy for the camera. Another yellow flag still around the back of the lap here. So maybe I'll move on to when I've sort of caught up to the guy in front and started putting in some quicker lap times. So here we go then. This is probably one of my fastest laps. As you can see, we'd sort of gained back on the guy in front. Still not going over that curb, but we hit this one, sort of. Getting the lines a bit tighter. Yeah, we've reeled in the guy in front a bit, and we're managing to take the corners a little bit more smoothly. Heading for the late apex, hitting the late apex, getting that corner pretty much down. Around the left-hander, getting that one kind of sorted. As you can see, we're definitely gaining on the guy in front. We've really got to grips with the sodi now. Really good final corner. We'd really started to pick up the pace, finding new ways to take corners, and yeah, it was really paying off, and we'd really started to gain on this guy in front. Gaining on a little bit of traffic. This has also held up this guy in front. It's sort of screwed us this lap over a tad, but that's okay. Heading on to another one now. We had really caught up to this guy, and I was saying at the end, I catch right up to his rear and it sort of screws me over eventually, where he just was slower and I just couldn't get around him. Starting to take the corners, as you can see, a lot better. Starting to put in faster lap times. Gaining on him through here. Hitting that late apex, getting the kart turned around for the left-hander. As you can see, he'd actually start to hold us up into these braking zones now. We'd actually have to back off a bit. Going past this kart. Getting in the slipstream of this kart in front of us. We're about to think about the move, but we back out last second. It was very close. If there was a bit more track, we probably would have gone for it. Now we're very caught up to this guy that originally was way quicker than us. On the straight now, trying to pull into the slipstream, getting very close. The weight advantage is now paying in my favour. Having a look up the inside, he clobbers that curb, which kind of shows us what we want to do through there. There's a bit of a different line. Through here, we're sort of losing a bit of time, but that was a bit of dirty air that put us off. Let's see if we can gain through here. We go a little bit deeper, which causes our exit to be a little bit worse. Still trying to gain on him, way quicker on the straights. Perfect apex. He goes a little bit wider. Look up the inside, but we're just not close enough. And it's too risky to do any moves down into the hairpin through here. Moving back into the slipstream, such a weight advantage. We hit something though a little bit, and it caused us to go offline. Trying to get a good run. We actually screw our exit over here, trying to reel him back in. Look at how fast we are on the straight. Looking up the inside. We're up the inside, but sadly, he just holds it around the outside. We tried to do the switchback, but it's so bumpy that we can't do the switchback. That was a problem with us. And now at this point, he was so much holding us up that we just couldn't get any quick laps in. So we'd have definitely gone at least 2 seconds quicker, but that was the checkered flag anyway. And he'd held us up so much that, as you can see, guys, we probably would have gone a lot quicker anyway. But yes, that was a pretty good session. I'll have my my PB lap out soon, along with this video. And yeah, I'll head into the pits to have the reaction. So, as you can see, into the pit lane, 2 miles per hour. It's a weird thing that they do here with the whole thing, especially when they do the 24-hour race. The whole thing with the 2 mile an hour when they don't actually have a speed gun. It's crazy. But yeah, I was kind of happy. I was like, this is my first time I've done it. My dad didn't end up beating me, but he'd been here like 50 times. So yeah, it was enjoyable. I enjoyed it. I was definitely quicker than this Kart 14 at the end, which I was on the timing sheet. I enjoyed it, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.